If you're either the Vacation Port Administrator or the Nextsite Administrator to your website, you'll have some additional management options when it comes to the trip request and who has access to leads. To get to the management area of your trip requests, if you're a Nextsite Administrator, after you log in, you're going to want to select Nextsite Website Tools, or if you're a Vacation Port Administrator, you would want to select Vacation Port Administrator. Go ahead and click into the site that you're wanting to manage, and then you'll find a lead management option in your menu. Clicking on the lead management menu item will bring you into your trip request settings. You'll see my trip request is currently set up to not show a profile option for visitors, and because that's not selected, that second option is grayed out. But if we switch this and said yes for show profile option for visitors, then you'll see that you have the option to set it as required or not. What these settings do is determines what your trip request looks like for a consumer on your website. So to give you a better example, let me show you exactly what that means. So here's an example of what a trip request looks like when there is not a profile option for a site visitor. Now, if I go back to my lead settings and change this to yes to include a profile option for visitors, and leave the requirement set to no, meaning that a person filling out the trip request is not required to create a profile, I can save that and then go into my publishing to go ahead and publish that. So I'm going to publish my lead settings change, and then look at our trip request again and refresh my page here to see that change. You'll see now at the top right, my site visitor will have some additional options. So if they've already created a profile before, they can sign in, or if they haven't already, they can go ahead and create a profile. Lastly, let's take a look at how the trip request appears if we set the create profile option to required. So I've made my change to my settings, and then I do need to go ahead and publish that to be able to see that on the live site. And now if I go ahead and refresh my trip request page, I'll see that I don't even have the options at this point to go ahead and fill out the information for the trip request. I have to sign in or create a new profile before I can continue. So what are the advantages to doing it this way? Well, if you do it this way, you'll be able to get a little bit more information from the customer, so a little bit more qualified leads. However, if I do it the other way, folks are a little bit more likely to go ahead and fill it out because it's a little bit less work. So that's something that you'll be able to decide whether you want to do more qualified leads or if you want more leads in general. So that was the options for the trip request settings. Now, under that lead management menu area, I also have an option for lead agency offices. What this does is it allows me to add additional options for a site visitor to select which office they want to fulfill the trip request. Now, for your agency, that might not make sense at all, but for some agencies, that might make sense to have different locations showing or different types of offers. So for example, maybe for some bigger agencies, they have a cruise office, they have an all-inclusive office. Really, it depends on your specific agency's needs. For most agencies, you'll see just the one agency office, but if you do want to add more, you'll see the option right here to create a new agency office. If I need to make any changes to the office that's showing, I can click on Edit Office, and that will allow me to make changes. And then I can go ahead and save that. If you have multiple offices, you can set one as a default, which would make it so that the drop-down your customer would see when visiting your website, it would default to whichever one was checked as the default in this area here. The other thing that I can do here is I can go ahead and manage access. So what that means is I'm able to say which of my agents I want to be able to get into Agentport and be able to view the leads. So it will default to all agents, but I can also set it up on a per agent basis. If I select that, what it will do is it will display all of the agents I currently have created, and then I'll be able to check the boxes of whichever agents I want to be able to see the leads coming through. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you really quick is just how to create new agents, because that might not be something you've encountered before. If you go into travel content, you'll see the option to add agents. So we'll select your agents and then add new agent. What this does is it gives your agent access to just Agentport. So they won't be able to access your Nextsite or Vacationport administration, just simply Agentport. And again, that's where they'll be able to access any leads. If you have any additional questions, please be sure to contact our support team. You can reach us at support@passportonlineinc.com or give us a call at 503-626-7766, option 2.